Hey everyone, welcome back. So in my last video, I talked about how I was going to move on to some other things after we did the styling. And in the process of putting some of the other styles in the app, I thought it might be a little interesting to show how I did the input page. And so I'm going to do a quick video on that, and then we will continue on with everything else we're doing. And so let's do that. So here's our dashboard that we did last time, and it's styled according to the mockup. But if we go to our input page, obviously it does not look great. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy over the styling from the mockup, and let's see how we get this working with our React component. So I'm just going to copy all this stuff over. And then if we refresh, here we have all the stuff that actually works above it, and then just our static mockup here. So what we're going to do, let's grab this first one, this physical one, and let's put it where it's actually supposed to go. So, which is right here. Now what is making this checkbox is this check class, and then the way that I'm showing it as active or not is that I'm using this text gray to make it gray, and then I'm giving it a gray border. And then for the green check marks, we're just doing green text. We're making the background green, and then we're giving it a green border as well. And so that's the part that's dynamic and conditional, and that's what we need to apply based on whether it's toggled or not. So back from a couple episodes, we have these checkbox components, and so we're passing in the value, and so what we need to do is inside of here we need to conditionally apply those two classes. So I'm just going to let's go ahead and grab this class, and then let's grab the green checkbox, and let's put those in our component. So we go to auto submit checkbox, and what we have here is we're using this value. Inside of the state, we're storing the value, and so the value is going to be true or false, and so we want to use that to conditionally pick the class. So what I'm going to do first is just destructure out that value. So say const value equals this.state, and then let's make a variable called classes, and so I'm going to use the ternary operator. So based on the value, we're going to either do something or we're going to do something else. And let's go ahead and paste in what those classes are. So I'll just grab one of these, and let's put it in here. So we have this button. So let's do class. Let's go ahead and get rid of these properties that we had from the old one. Let's go ahead and refresh and just see how that works for us. Okay, we got an error. Something is not right. It's because I have these two things, I believe. Doesn't make sense to have these HTML elements sitting outside of our fragment. Okay, fantastic. So now we have all these green boxes. Let's go ahead and get rid of this text. Press me, we don't need that. And so now that we have these checkboxes, now the part that we need to make conditional is this color stuff. So let's go ahead and grab, so if the value is true, we're going to grab this green. And then we're also going to grab this background as well as the border. Otherwise, we're going to use the gray. And we don't need this border class because that's shared among all of them. So now that we have this, let's call this conditional classes maybe. So now that we have these, let's apply that to our actual button. So let's take away the green and let's string interpolate this so that we can put that variable in there. So we'll change it from double quotes to backticks. This is just using the ES6 string interpolation, and then we'll use our variable in here. So conditional classes. Okay, so now we have these buttons, and when we click them, they toggle, which is great. It's also interesting that you can use class here. I don't know if that's a Webpacker thing, because normally in React you have to say class name. So I don't know if that's new in Webpacker or if there's a new version of React that handles that better. I know it was being talked about, but it's kind of nice. Okay, so now we have some conditional, well-styled things. Okay, so let's go back to our record edit page. Actually, it's record form. Go ahead and get rid of this back. Let's go back to our form and put all these things in place. So here we have the mental one. So let's go ahead and search for that. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Put in the actual component. So if we refresh, now we should have 2 working values here. Okay, we do. So let's do the rest. Okay, so I don't have all these already in here, so let's go ahead and kind of make those as we go. I'll need to update the text blurbs at some point. Oops, we already did relational. So now we grab personal. Okay. So that's all of them. Need to obviously fix the text for the helper text on these. But if we click all these, it should work, and we see the network requests going out. Okay, so we do get this warning here. So it does ask us if we meant class name, which is interesting. It does work though. In the past, I've seen that just not work at all. But we can just make it class name just for correctness sake. Okay, let's get rid of that editing record text at the top. Okay. So we've got it working. Okay, well, there's our quick little styling of the input page. I will continue on by putting the rest of the styles in off screen. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll send some emails when we have people sign up, and we'll work through the background jobs and all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions or comments about this series or anything I've done in a video, feel free to leave it below or hit me up on Twitter. Thanks.